So we are back again, and today we are going to start with the question number 61, okay, to 80. Okay, the first question of the series is as follow. The question says the things which says if a1 comma a2 comma a3 and so on till an are in HP, and f of k, where f of k is a function, okay, it is a function in such a manner that f of k is equal to summation r is equal to 1 to ar minus ak, then a1 upon f of 1 comma a2 upon f of 2 comma a3 upon f of 3 and so on till an upon f of n are in what, ap, gp, hp, and none of this, okay. And when this type of question appears, I have already told you that the pattern which we have to follow is try to do the manipulation in the general things, like you have to observe the function, okay, like we used to do in quadratic, okay. That is the basic thing which we used to do, okay. Try to generate things from the function given, okay. Try to analyze the function, okay. Like the function given here is that means many children will see it as f of x is equal to summation, okay, but few will see it that like that a1 plus a2 plus a3 and an minus ak, like that, okay. And the first thing is given, it is in HP, okay. So our first job is to convert HP into AP, and then we will move on, okay. Then we will think in what manner we will approach this problem so we can get the solution, okay. So the first step is very normal. We will convert all the things in AP like this, right, A3 and so on till AN, right. So I will write here also, okay, it is in AP, fine. Now what is our next step? How we can proceed, means how we can generate the next step in AP, okay. When you learn in classes, the teachers mostly teach you, when they will teach you AP, they will teach you some questions of proving something, okay. They teach that because in these type of questions you have to use those type of things, okay. Means the things which we use, like in AP, if you add some constant number, the sequence still remains AP. If you multiply by constant things, the sequence still remains AP, okay. Like those properties, okay. How I will manipulate, just see. I will multiply throughout by a constant thing that is Sn. Now your question should be how I have Sn. If you observe, I was telling that this function summation r is equals to 1 to n ar is nothing but Sn, okay. So I can multiply it. So if I multiply, I get Sn upon a1, Sn upon a2, Sn upon a3, and so on, Sn upon an, okay. And okay, now our next job is what? Now this Sn can split up into a1 plus a2 plus a3 and so on till an, okay. So we will do what to prove this, okay, to bring this ak, okay, to bring this ak, okay, to, because our main job is to get fk here, because if I replace k is equals to 1, I will get f of 1, okay. So in that manner we are thinking, okay. So what we want to create fk here, okay. But how we will create that? Fk is what? Sn minus, see this, Sn minus Sk, right? So how we will do? If I subtract, means add minus 1 to all of the series, then see what we get. Okay, we have already did these kind of steps, okay, while proving, means doing the solvings, means doing the problems which are of type proving a certain thing that it is in AP or GP, okay. Okay, Sn upon A3 minus 3, fine. And the last one will be Sn upon An minus 1, right. So if you have An terms, okay, if I subtract A1, okay, wouldn't it be the situation like this, Sn minus Ak, okay. So the next step I am writing is Sn minus A1 upon A1, Sn minus A2 upon A2, Sn minus A3 upon A3, and so on till Sn minus An upon An, fine. So the things which are, means our job was to create f of k. Now if you observe very clearly, it is more like Sn minus ak, okay. Now one more thing, if here r is equals to 1, okay. Now one more thing, like here it is 3, then what fk it will generate? 1 2 3, okay. That is also many children have doubt. It is very obvious that if it has k, the function has k, okay. So if it would have subscript 3, then the function would have subscript k, okay, 3. that is very general. Okay, so what I will write here, I will write here f of 1, right, here f of 2, here f of 3, and so on. What will be the last one? F of n upon an, right? So after this, since it is in AP, and what we have to prove? A1 upon f of 1. So we will reciprocal it. Okay, reciprocaling it means what? Turning AP into HP. So at the moment I reciprocal it, it literally went to HP. Okay, so this was the explanation of the question. Okay, now I will give you a brief summary how to approach these problems. Okay, basically these types of, okay, it is in HP. Okay, so third is the answer. Okay, now when you see something like a1 to n, okay, it is given in HP. Okay, many varieties which we have discussed, okay, they use this thing. Okay, fine. No, when function appears, try to manipulate the things. Okay, try to make function appear in the series. Okay, like we did the manipulation multiplying it by Sn. Okay, although this manipulation was very simple because it was a direct hit like Sn minus ak. This small type of manipulation you would very easily able to know if you see the previous lectures. Okay, we have discussed these type of problems a lot. Okay, we have discussed all the proofs. Okay, so these type of using these tricks, okay, we have discussed that tricks. Okay, so we did what? We multiplied by Sn, we subtracted by 1. Okay, with constant numbers, so it will still be in AP. Okay, after multiplying we got this thing. Okay, doing that here in Sn, if I subtract, okay, a1, then the f of 1 will appear. Okay, using that this function concept which was given, we just substituted the value and then reciprocal it, which converted the AP into HP, and thus we got the answer. Okay, now let's move on to the next. Okay, so this is the next question, which says if a comma b comma c are in AP, then a upon bc comma 1 upon ac comma 2 upon b will be in what? AP, GP, HP, or none of these. Okay, so first thing is that these type of problems you have to check all. Okay, many times children do what approaches, like we have discussed. Okay, we have discussed when AP appears, there are two ways to solve a problem. Like what? Using the concept this. Okay, this thing is very general, you study in lower classes. 2b is equals to a plus c. Fine, every children will think like that. Fine. Now if a child move to class 11th, okay, he becomes more mature, he will say that I will use this trick. I will take a as a, take b as a plus d, and c as a plus 2d. Fine, no problem. Okay, now the rules are set. You have to use these two conditions only. Okay, but you have to prove AP, GP, and HP3. Now what is the AP condition? Okay, let me write the AP condition. It is nothing but a plus b plus c by 2. Okay, sorry, a plus c by 2. Okay, what is GP condition? It is okay, under root AC. Okay, provided I am considering ABC. Okay, and HP is nothing but 2AB. Okay, 2AC upon a plus c. Okay, so these are the three conditions of AP, GP, and HP. Now what? Now I have to check individually. Okay, now here common sense come in picture, because you cannot literally put all the a plus d values and check each and every equation. Okay, so you have to be quite alertive that yeah, if I put that, okay, in the next step I'm not going to get the answer. Okay, I'm going to stuck at some moment. So it's fine, you are clear at that step only, that we have to not proceed further or waste our time in this question. Okay, so you will do what? You will move to the next, verifying GP and HP. Okay, that is the general approach. Okay, every normal child will use. Okay, and the next type which smart children use is that they try to understand that what is missing in these three terms. Okay, which is creating which is making it trouble to make it HP, GP, or H. Okay, whatever they are asking. Okay, like here AP, GP. Okay, so let's first take the AP. Okay, verify the AP one. What is the condition of AP? AP is nothing but 1 by C, means 2 by C should be equal to what? A upon BC plus 2 upon B. Fine. So now the calculation take b common, it will become a, it will become 2c upon c, which will bring me a plus 2c upon bc. Now after this step it is very clear that it is not going to prove any AP, because there is literally, if you will say that I am going to this means do this great thing, okay, this manipulation a plus c, okay, bc, but after this step what you will do means you will write 2b plus c upon bc, but after this step what you will do, you will get stuck here this, okay. Don't say that you will cancel this b, okay, means you have not studied anything till now, okay, that will directly mean that you have not studied anything till now. 2 by b, we have to prove this equal to this, okay, a plus 2c upon bc, okay. So one thing, it's very sure that it is not a AP, not a AP, okay, fine, no issue. Now let's check the second one. What is it? GP, okay. What are the conditions of GP? 1 upon c the whole square should be equal to what? A upon bc into 2 by b, fine. So we will do what? 2a upon b square c, okay. Now if you try to consider these terms, okay, it is means it is very general, any child will understand, okay, that if I consider these type of terms, okay, substitute this type, I will increase my own problems, okay, like calculation problems, okay. You have to open this, then multiply with the c, which is a plus 2d, okay. So can you clearly predict that this term will form this? It is very obvious it will not form, okay. So moving any further, okay, substituting the value, okay, few values will cut, okay, that is very obvious. But if from my, okay, I can observe that it is very difficult to getting proven here, okay. And in examination they will not give you any type of question which involves heavy calculation, okay, that is very sure. Now let's take the third one, which is HP. In HP the condition is what? The terms, okay. Now you will ask me that in HP, okay, in HP they have not told anything about it. Do we have to convert these terms? Okay, like it is like saying that, okay, remember when we are proving, we are considering that it is in HP, okay. They have not told that it is in AP or GP, okay. We are considering, okay, like we have considered it is in AP, but in AP we take the terms like that only. But in HP, if I say it is in HP, I have to invert them, okay. So I will invert them, which will give me BC upon A, C and B upon 2, okay. So here I have to prove 2C upon BC upon A plus B by 2, okay. So which will give me 2BC, okay, sorry, I will take B common, okay, to make my calculation easy. 2C plus A upon 2A, okay. So here what I am get, 2C plus A into B upon 2A, okay. So can this be HP? Here if I again break it, okay, what I get, I will move to one step, that is nothing but, okay, this will become 2b and this will get multiplies and 2a, okay. Can this become 2c? No, it cannot become, okay. So after this step it is not a HP, okay. Literally these type of problems have means appear in exam, okay. It is not a GP, where all the three options are wrong, okay. Not a GP, okay. Mostly if a child comes, okay, in examination with a mentality that he will think that any three, either it will be AP, GP or HP, but in some times, okay, when your luck is bad, the problem is of a type that it is not of three types, okay. So none, fourth is the answer, that is none of this, okay, none of this. So that's why you have to go with the general way, okay. So let's move on to the next question. The next question is as follow. Okay. The question number 63, which says if A comma B and C are in AP and P comma Q and R are in HP and AP comma BQ and CR are in GP, then P by R plus Q by P is equal to what? The first option is A by C minus C by A, second is A by C plus C by A, third is B by Q plus Q by B, fourth is B by Q minus Q by B. Okay, this question is very means equal to means examination level type question, okay. Just means you have to be clear with the formulas and a little manipulations and a little bit of calculation, okay. First thing, anything that is in AP, you just write that 2B is equals to A plus C. So this is my one equation. Fine, no issue. Okay, you can modify it also, a plus c by 2. Okay, that is not an issue. Again, p comma q and r are in HP. Okay, so here q will be, okay, if you know the condition then great. Okay, otherwise you have to just reverse the term and use the AP condition and derive this thing. Okay, so this is 2. Okay, after this now we will see the third term, which is AP comma BQ and CR are in GP. So what will be the B square Q square will be equal to what? A P C R. Fine, so I will give it as 3. Okay, so these 3 condition any child will, okay, easy to means put this value. Okay, these are the just proofs, okay, formulas. Okay, now the real thing that they're telling that P by R plus R by P value we need to find. To find that value, okay, first I will write P by R plus R by P. Okay, then I will do what? Cross multiply P square plus R square upon RP. Okay, now here a doubt can appear. Okay, how means in what way you have to think? Okay, that I am teaching you. Okay, in what way you have to think? Like when anything like a square plus b square, okay, or p square plus q p square plus r square, okay, something like terms appear. Okay, try to make them perfect square. Okay, there is a high probability that they will cancel out. Okay, so always try to make them perfect square. Okay, so what I will do, I will add 2pr and minus 2pr. Okay, so it will become perfect square. If you r means weak in making perfect square, try to assume that if it became perfect square, write it like this way. P plus r, if I open it, what is p square plus r square plus 2pr. Fine, this is thing. Okay, this is my missing, so I will add it and subtract it. Okay, so when I subtract, this part will be used to make and the left part will be this. Okay, so I will, this part will be left and I will directly write it. Okay, so that is means any child can do this. Okay, so here because we are stuck, okay, we have RP value, no problem, we have RP value, where it is. Okay, we have RP value from here also, here also. Okay, and which one we have to use will decide it by what this perfect square give me, because I have, okay, the second reason, okay, for making a perfect square is that I have p plus r value, I don't have p square plus r square value. Okay, so if I do this, p plus r square minus 2pr will be outside upon what? RP. Okay, now do we have to put the RP value? No, because if it gets means it gets break up. Okay, in this thing and this thing, this will cancel out, it will reduce your work. So what we are left with? P plus r the whole square upon RP minus 2. Okay, now p plus r the whole square is what I can write? P plus r the whole square. Okay, let's check from the equation, can we write anything? Okay, there is only one p plus r, which we can write as p plus r can be 2pr upon q square. Okay, but it is square. Okay, so we will square it. Okay, which will give me what? 4p square r square upon what? Q square. Okay, so let's put the value. Okay, so p square r square into 4 upon q square into r into p minus 2. Okay, so what we are getting? 1pr will cancel out, giving me my final answer. Giving me a final answer, pr. Okay, okay, pr upon q square. Okay, upon q square minus 2. Okay, fine. Okay, so what we can think after this step? Okay, now we have one more pr value. Okay, okay, we have one more pr value, we will substitute that. Okay, this pr value I will just put calculate from here, which is b square upon q square upon ac. Okay, so I have this value. Okay, I will do what? I will put it here. This is 4 into b square into q square upon ac into q square. Okay, so I got this thing. Okay, this and this will cancel out, giving me finally what? 4b square upon ac minus 2. Okay, so we are getting this value. Okay, now after this what we can think? Okay, now here this is the last step. Okay, if you means you are very close to question. Okay, the last thing is based on your observation. If you can observe, if you are thinking like that, I will make 2b the whole square, then you are thinking right. Okay, because that is the last trick of this question. Okay, which will end this question up. If you are able to think that this 2b the whole square, then you got the answer. If you are not able to think, then means all of the work is waste. Okay, you have means it was a wastage of time investing in this problem. Okay, so 2b I will write what? a plus c the whole square upon ac minus 2, okay, which will give me a square plus c square plus 2ac. Okay, here will be minus 2ac upon the whole ac. So what we are left with, a upon c plus c upon a. After modifying this, you will get this answer, okay, which is our second option. So is the answer, okay, second is the answer. Okay, so hope you have understand each and each step, okay, in a proper manner. Okay, I have just derived all the equations and then generated the answer. Okay, I didn't make any step by assumption or anything. Okay, I first derive all the conditions which are possible for AM, GM and HM, then try to get the things which are required. Like here I wanted P plus R, why I make the perfect square, what was the reason of taking RP value, what was the reason of taking this RP value. Okay, I have told all the things. Okay, so this is our next question, which is question number 64. Okay, which says a comma b comma c comma d belongs to R plus. Okay, means real positive number. Okay, such that a comma b and c are in AP. Okay, and b comma c and d are in HP. Okay, then we have to prove the conditions. AB is equals to CD, AC is equals to BD, BC is equals to AD, and none of this. Okay, fine. So how we will proceed? The first thing is write the AP conditions, which is like this: 2B is equals to A plus C. HP conditions, which is C is equals to 2BD. Okay, why I am writing directly? Because I know the formula. Okay, you can derive it. How you will derive? 1 upon C, 1 upon D. Now it is in AP. Apply the AP condition and get this. Okay, and then again invert it. Okay, then you will get C value. Okay, take it as 1, take it as 2. Okay, now we want to prove that okay, we want to get this value. Fine. Okay, so can I substitute 2b is equals to a plus c here? Okay, it is a very easy question. C is equals to a plus c into d upon b plus d, and here you can clearly see c into b plus d. If I move it that side, a plus c into d, cb plus cd is equals to ad plus cd. Here you can see CD will cancel out. CB is equals to AD. Is there any option? Yeah, there is option. This one, BD or AD, AB, CB or AD. Okay, 3 is the answer. Okay, so this question was means very easy question. Okay, it will not come in JEE exam. That is very sure. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. This is question number 65, which says if a progression. Okay, hope you understand the difference between progression, sequence, series. Okay, these terms are very important. I have already told you in the starting of this chapter the difference between all the terms. Okay, because these terms will frequently appear in the question and you must understand the meaning of each and every term, then only you can solve the problem. Okay, so if in a progression a1, a2, a3, etc., ar minus ar plus 1 bears a constant ratio with ar into ar plus 1, then the terms of the progression are in first AP, GP, HP, and none of this. Okay, so how we are going to solve? Now it is in progression, that is not a problem. Okay, and then they are telling that AR minus AR plus 1 divided by AR into AR plus 1 bears a constant ratio. Okay, let the we don't know the constant ratio. Let the constant ratio be P. Okay, so what they were given now, condition AR minus AR plus 1 upon AR into AR plus 1 is nothing but a constant P. Fine. Now I will recall you the previous things which we did in this chapter. Okay, if you are able to predict this thing, okay, what I have written, okay, or you had analyzed it, that what it is after after I have written this equation, then means watching this lecture is a fruitful to you. Okay, if you can realize after means when I written this equation, if you can see that what is the answer, then means watching your lecture is very useful. Okay, but if you have still not realized what it is, then means you are not that much developed, okay, in this chapter. Okay, mostly many children have this chapter week only. Okay, so if you have not predict, I will make you predict. Okay, how? I will split this, okay, which will give me AR plus 1 minus 1 upon AR. is equals to P. Now if you remind, okay, I will say that A, B, C, okay, A, B, C, okay, A, B, C are in AP. Okay, then 1 upon A, 1 upon B, 1 upon C are in HP. Okay, in HP, okay, no matter what happens, okay, this one will be small, okay. In AP, okay, if it is increasing AP, GP, okay, D will be what? B minus A. Okay, if I invert this, okay, now you have taken this example, D is what? B minus A. Okay, if I say 1 upon A, 1 upon B, 1 upon C are in what? AP. Then you will say A, comma B, comma C are in HP. Fine. So 1 by B minus 1 by A. Okay. Now it is what? 1 by B minus 1 by A means this is more small. Okay, if it is an increasing AP. Okay, but we are not considering that. We are considering a normal GP. Okay, normal AP means increasing only. So B minus A will always give me some constant D. So now hope you have understand that it is nothing but the terms are inverted. Okay, so it is nothing but a HP. Again I will tell you. See, they are telling a constant bear ratio. Fine, we have written the condition. Okay, so after this you should realize that if I split it up, I am getting reverse term, 1 upon reciprocal term, and these kind of terms appears in HP only. So my indication should be that it is surely an HP. Okay, for verification we did what? We considered the terms, okay, and came to know that the bigger term gets subtracted. Okay, so here also you can see, okay, so this is nothing but a HP. Okay, third is the answer. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, this is question number 66. Okay, which says if A comma B and C are in GP, then A plus B comma 2B and B plus C are in what? Okay, now these type of questions have two methods to solve. Okay, they can appear in many ways. They, instead of saying A plus B, they can say C minus D, A plus B the whole square, 2D minus D plus C. Okay, any number of terms. Okay, these question can be manipulated in many varieties. So you have to must understand the process how these questions get solved. Okay, the process is very obvious. Okay, the method one. Okay, the method one is applicable in everywhere. Okay, so I will first solve with the tough method. Okay, that will consume your time but always give you the right answer. Okay, the second method is also means right only. Okay, but I like this method. Okay, method one. The method one says that it is in GP. Okay, so I can consider the terms like this. A, B will become AR and C will become AR square since the ratio should be constant. Fine. Now A plus B, 2B and B plus C, we have to check for them what? Are in AP, GP, HP. Okay, any other option is not possible only. Okay, they have not given. Okay, okay, like AGP, orthogeometric progression. Okay, and the same constant. Okay, constant ratio type series. Okay, so three options we have to check. Okay, so how we can check? First we have to check this, that is I am checking for AP. For AP, 4B should be what? A plus B plus B plus C. Okay, so what I am getting? A plus B square plus C. Okay, now this is my one condition. Fine. The second condition, which is a GP condition, that B square is equals to AC. Okay, so if I use this condition, okay, I would have A plus AC plus C. Okay, will it help me to progress any further and make it 4D? No, so it is not a AP. Now we will check for GP. For GP, what should be condition? 4B square should be equal to A plus B into B plus C. So we will multiply AB, AC, B square, BC. Okay, B square I can write as AC, which will make me AB plus 2AC plus BC. Okay, should I move forward and means split this up? Can I get 4B square? The probability is very low, so always move forward and check. Okay, and then come back and check. Okay, if such big terms appear. Okay, so we have not sure. Okay, for GP? For HP. For HP we will first convert the terms, okay, which will be 1 upon A plus B. Okay, for HP 1 upon B plus C. Now they are in AP, fine. So if I do this, it should be 1 upon B, 1 upon B plus C minus 1 upon A plus B. Okay, the constant B, they bear the constant ratio, same condition appeared here. Okay, so okay, what we have, A plus B minus C upon 2B. Okay, these terms get cancelled out. Okay, not minus, this will be plus. Okay, plus, okay. Okay, B plus C into A plus B. Okay, let me take the next page. Okay, after this we will do what? We have A plus 2B plus C upon, if I multiply here, what I have, AB plus B square. Here I have AC plus CB. Okay, so fine. After this what we can do? Okay, 2B is there. Okay, here either I change AC into B square or I change 2B into, because I have one condition, B square is equals to AC. Okay, so I can use any of them. Okay, as per my convenience. Okay, okay, so let's try to manipulate this one. So A plus 2B plus C. Okay, AB plus B square plus CB. A plus 2B plus C. There is, okay, it is very obvious B will be taken common. So A plus 2B plus C. Okay, now you can see these two terms are becoming same. So they will cancel out and give me 1 upon B. But if you remember, 1 upon B was the condition for HP. So it is in HP. Okay, so do we have to check for GP? No, because it is a single correct option. Okay, if it was JEE advanced question, then you have to check for all these. Okay, all of threes. Okay, you cannot leave anyone, because in JEE advanced there is no surety. Even if they say that its answer is single correct, there is not any surety. Okay, so third is the answer. Okay, now let's move on to next question. The next question is question number 67. Okay, which says if A, X and B are in AP, A, Y and B are in GP, and A, Z, B are in HP, such that X is equals to 9Z and A is greater than 0, B is greater than 0, then first option is mod Y is equals to 3Z, second option is X is equals to 3 mod Y, and 2Y is equals to X plus Z, and fourth option is none of this. Okay, so let's write the conditions. That is, first AP condition, 2x is equals to A plus B. Second condition, okay, okay, the second condition is for GP, which is nothing but Y square is equals to AB, and the last condition is HP condition, Z is equals to 2AB upon A plus B. Again I am writing it directly because I know the formula. Fine. Now we have one extra thing, X is equals to 9Z. Now let's try to get the relation, how we can move. Okay, so Z can be written as, okay, Z I can write, okay, X I can write as, okay, X I can write as 9Z. Okay, so it will be 9Z into 2 into 9Z, A plus B. So this will be what? A plus B by 2 into 18Z. Okay, so I got a Z value. I have X value. X value is what? X value, from here I can say A plus B by 2. Okay, if I got the value, I can easily compare them. Okay, that is the way of I am solving the problem. Okay, so what I can do, I will substitute this Z here, because I cannot substitute AB. Okay, I already have X plus value. Okay, so we are going to, okay, there is, okay, the other reason for not substituting it here, because I don't have any XZ relation here. Okay, there are 3 terms relation. Okay, so I will substitute here, A plus B by 18 should be equal to 2AB upon A plus B. Okay, so this will become what? A plus B the whole square is equals to 36AB. But if you remember, Y square was AB, so 36 into Y square is equals to AB. the whole square. Now I will take under root. Okay, if you take under root, okay, under root on both side, then what you will get? A plus b is equals to 6y square. Okay, now if I do one thing, okay, this will become mod y. Okay, remember when you take under root of y square, it is never y. Okay, when it is a perfect square number, then only it is a y. When it is y square, it is a mod y. Okay, that is the function concept. You will also study the graph of the y square modulus function in the function chapter. Okay, in more depth. Okay, the means curve sketching. Okay, that inversion of graph from negative axis to positive axis, because the modulus basic function is it's make the function positive also always. Okay, so the thing here is that we got a modulus y. Okay, so okay, a plus, but I remember a plus b by 2 is nothing but x. Okay, so I will take 2 from here, 6. Okay, a plus b by 2, and here I will be left with 3y. So can I write it as x? Yes, I can write it as x. Okay, so what I am left with? X is equals to 3y. Second is the answer. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, this is a means it is not that much famous type of variety problem, but if you know this, it can solve your in small means if you see Arihant books, okay, mostly Arihant books, okay, if you solve that, okay, you will see this type of problems, okay, there. Okay, in means they will means not that much means they will not use this concept in tough questions. Okay, means they will use it separately, means separate type questions like this only. Okay, in Arihant book. Okay, so let's solve this question and we will see one more type of this type of problem. Okay, and how we tackle that also. Okay, all the varieties. Okay, this variety is like that. Let n belongs to natural number. Okay, where n is greater than 25, let a comma g comma h denote the arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean of 25 and n. The least value of n for which a comma g comma h belongs to 25 to n, 25 comma 26 till so until n. Okay, n number is what? 49, 81, 169, 225. Okay, 4 options are given. Now I have the two numbers. Can I say the arithmetic mean? Yes, it is very easy. 25 plus n by 2. I have two numbers. Can I say the geometric mean? Yes, it is very easy. 25 into n. I have two numbers. Can I say the harmonic mean? Yes, 2 into 25 into n upon 25 plus n. Now this question is over. Okay, it is based on your observation how you give the answer. Okay, that is the specialty of this variety. Okay, in this variety what you have to do, you have to hit and trial. Okay, in what manner you have to hit and trial, that is the crux of this question. Okay, like listen, here you have seen that first thing that the n belongs from this number which is a integer number. Okay, so the answer will always be integer, so it cannot be irrational. Okay, so the basic idea for it to get divided by 2 is that it should be odd. Okay, because odd plus odd is even. Okay, so it should be odd. So I got one idea about the nature of the number. Fine. Now it should again be a integer. For that it should not be in under root. Okay, so n should be perfect square. Now from here, for it to get cancelled out, it should be divisible by 5. This one is easy. Okay, so we got the three conditions. Okay, for n. Okay, n is what? Perfect square, odd number, divisible by 5. Okay, so now check the options. Okay, check the options. 49, is it is an odd number? Yeah, it is odd number. Is it a perfect square? Yeah, it is divisible by? No. So first option is rejected. Second is also rejected. It is a perfect square but not divisible by 9. 5, 169. Okay, it is also rejected, not divisible by. And the last option which is left with 225. Okay, so fourth is the answer. Okay, so in this type of variety type of question you have to hit and try. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, this is the advanced version of the previous question. Okay, the question says as follow. Question number 69. If am, gm and hm of the first and the last term of the series 100, 101, 102 and so until n minus 1 comma n are the terms of the series itself, then the value of n is, n belongs to, okay, they have given a set of n value, n is greater than 100 and less than equal to 500. Okay, now if you are not able to understand this question, okay, this step, okay, this line, that the first and the last term of the series, okay, this series are the terms of the series itself. Okay, if you cannot understand this, means this line, particular line, then you are going to face a lot, means a lot, very difficult, means I can say it will be very difficult for you to, means, cope up in permutation and combination, because the means the core of that chapter is basically your language should be strong, because if you don't understand the language, okay, in permutation and combination you will not be able to solve any question, okay, not a single question. So these type of small means if you cannot understand, then you have a very big drawback in exam. Okay, so you should correct that. Okay, because in permutation you have to understand, first you should know English, and then you have to understand the language of, okay, asking question. Okay, that is also a thing in permutation and combination and probability. Okay, so we will discuss that when we come in that chapter. Okay, so first let's see this thing. Okay, we will write. Okay, now what they're telling, that a and b is nothing but 100 and n. Okay, that is the all they are telling, that okay, they're telling that the first and the last term of this series are the terms of the series itself, means 100 and n, they are my a and b. Okay, so it gives me a is equals to 100, b is equals to n. Okay, can I get my a? 100 plus n by 2. Can I get my g? Yes, under root 100 into n. Can I get my h? 2 into 100 into n into upon 100 plus n. Okay, fine. Now again we have to predict the nature. Okay, again we have to predict the nature. For it to get cancelled out, okay, it should be what? Even plus even is even. 2 plus 2 is what? 4. So even plus even is what? Even. So even number, we got one idea. Second, perfect square. Okay, now for this part to be divisible, okay, this part should be divisible, okay, is only possible is if the number belong in this set. Okay, so, and we know n belongs to 100 to 500. Okay, I know that this part should get cancelled out, means the upper one should be a multiple of this number, 100 plus n. That is very normal thing. Okay, if you want that the numerator should get cancelled out with the numerator should be a factor of the denominator. Fine. So what they have given, the range of the n is from 100 to 500. Okay, the 100 plus n is the denominator. For it to, means it to cancel out the numerator, we want what? 100 plus n range. Okay, then the n value we can decide. Okay, we know the n range, we will add 100 to it. Add 100. Okay, this is the property of inequality. Okay, you have to, your inequality should be strong. Okay, this will become 600, this will become 200. So my range adds up to what? 200 to 600. We know it is a even number, we know it is a perfect square, and we got the range also, which is from 200 to 600 for the numerator to get cancelled out with the denominator. Okay, so what is the possible answer? 5 is not a, means not a even number. Okay, 500 means it will not, okay, not a perfect square in that sense. Okay, it is a even number but not a perfect square. This is a perfect square, even number. This is odd number. Okay, this is also even. Okay, perfect, not a perfect square. This is not a perfect square. Okay, so third is the answer, which is 400. Now let's move on. Okay, this is question number 70. Okay, and I am telling you there are two approaches to solve this problem. Okay, and the reason this question was asked in JEE exam was particularly to make you understand that, means this type of question you cannot, means, solve by a single hit. Okay, means your IQ should be quite high, but this question was asked in JEE advanced. Okay, JEE main, sorry. And this question, if you think that you will proceed with the simple process of converting it into AP, it is going to take a damn time. Okay, means a large amount of time. Okay, which will, means, kill your time to solve the other question. Okay, so try to figure out these type of questions and try to avoid them and get the easy ones. Okay, that is the main general approach. Okay, So the question says, okay, see the speciality of this question, how it means plays with children. Okay, how you have to solve this. Okay, this question is very tricky. Okay, we have done this question, I think. Okay, we have already discussed it. Okay, but it has appeared again while solving the problem exercise. Okay, the question says, if h1 comma h2 and so on till h20 are 20 harmonic means between 2 and 3, then h1 plus 2 upon h1 minus 2 plus h20 plus 3 upon h20 minus 3 is equals to what? 20, 21, 40 and 38. Okay, 4 options are given. Now first thing is that 20 harmonic means I have. So 1 upon 2, 1 upon h1, 1 upon h2, 1 upon h20, comma 1 upon 3 are in AP. No doubt, sir, you are very right. Okay, this thing is very general approach. Okay, now to solve this question okay, we have to find the D, which you will say that 1 minus 3 upon 2 upon n plus 1, where n is the number of terms inserted between the two terms. Okay, whether it is AP, GP or HM. Okay, harmonic mean. Okay, doesn't matter. So but this question doesn't go that way. You have to consider the D. Okay, and we will solve the D by a different way. Okay, that will make you means that by this way we can also solve the D. Okay, that is also means a good point of this question. Okay, so we will take it as D only for now. So H1, okay, H1 we will do one manipulation. Okay, one manipulation, H1 minus 2 plus H20 plus 3 upon H20 minus 3. Divide, okay, divide up and down by 2H1. Okay, what I will get? 1 upon 2, 1 upon H1. Okay, 1 upon 2 minus 1 upon H1, 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon H20, 1 upon 3 minus 1 upon H20. What was the reason for doing that? Okay, because we have terms in 1 upon H1, 1 upon H2. Okay, now we are not going to do the converting into HP again then substitute it. Okay, so you must understand that we have to convert this. Okay, now please, you should be means that much smart that you have to divide by 2H1. Okay, that I can assume that you all know. Okay, so after this step I can write 1 upon H1 as nothing but 1 by 2 plus D. So when I write it, okay, see how the magic works. 1 upon 2 plus D, 1 upon 2 plus D, 1 upon 2, sorry, minus. Okay, and here it will be plus 1 upon 3. Now see, 1 upon H20, you will say you have to write 1 upon 2 plus 21D. Right, you will say you have to write this. No, it is 1 by 3. To cancel out this, we will use this H20. We can write it as, now if you think, if we proceed from forward, we add 1D. Okay, can we do that? We start from the back and subtract 1D. Okay, and then get H20. Yeah, is it possible? Okay, although teachers don't tell us. Okay, they think that student will already understand that if we proceed from forward, we can proceed similarly from backward also. So teacher don't discuss this in class. Okay, so 1 upon 3 minus D, but here negative will, okay, minus D will happen. So we will do what? 1 upon 3 minus D upon 1 upon 3 minus 1 upon 3 minus D. Okay, so here this will add on and become 1 upon D. This will cancel out, minus D will be here. This will become 2 by 3 minus D upon, this will cancel out and become D. Okay, so after this, minus 1 upon D, minus 1, 2 by 3 into D, minus 1. So what we are getting? We are getting, here I will make minus 1 upon 3, I will make, then it will be minus 3 by D, and this will become minus 2. Okay, now we want to get the D value. Now see how we are going to find the D value. I know the last term of the HM is nothing but 1 by 3, and it will appear if I write 1 upon 2 plus 21 times D. So from here 1 upon 3 minus 1 upon 2, okay, it is equals to 21D, which will give me minus 1 by 6. Okay, into 21 upon 21 will give me my D. Okay, So I will substitute this value here, minus 1 upon 3 into minus 1 upon 6 into 21. Okay, minus 2 will give me my, okay, this is the d value, will give me the required answer. Okay, so this will cancel out and give me 2, which will give me minus, okay, minus 1 is cancelled out, this will be 42, minus 2, okay, should be my answer, which is 40. Okay, third is the option, third is the answer. Now if you go with the general way of solving it, okay, you will get stuck. Okay, that is very sure. So this type of question you have to predict out. Okay, there is no other way. Okay, and just give 5 minutes, means at the most 2 minute time to any problem. Okay, don't waste any much time, okay, on any particular problem other than 2 minutes. Okay, if you have, in the end, if you have time left, then go on this type of questions. Okay, question number 71. The question number 71 says, find if the sum of the n terms of the AP is 3n into n minus 1, where c is not equal to 0, then the sum of the square of this term is what? Okay, 4 options are given. C square n into n plus 1 the whole square, 2 by 3 c square n into n minus 1 into 2n minus 1, and the third option is 2 into c square by 3 n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1, and the fourth option is none of these. Okay, so we want to find the sum of the terms. Okay, if the sum of the, sum of the terms means Sn is given, which is Cn. Now there is a basic problem which you have studied in class 10th, okay, which is Sn minus 1 Tn, but they have surely not teach you that it is applicable for n greater than equal to 2. Okay, they have not. Okay, there is one problem, 1 upon n minus 1, like that problem. Okay, where this formula fails. Okay, and the answer lies in a particular interval. Okay, we will discuss that in the end of the, okay, in a particular logarithmic and exponential series, when I'm discussing all those, means xyz part, which are means they teach rarely. Okay, in a high level classes they teach. Okay, but we will discuss that also. Okay, so this is the general, okay, Tn formula. So we will substitute this Cn into n minus 1 minus c into n minus 1 into n minus 2. Fine, take the c into n minus 1 common, left with what? N into n minus into plus 2, giving me 2c into n minus 1. Okay, so this is our Tn. But what they're telling, find the sum of the terms. Okay, square of the terms. Okay, so if I square it, I get 4c square into n minus 1 the whole square. Okay, now if I try to create a series, okay, summation, apply summation, n is equals to 1 to n. Okay, sum of square of the, okay, it is going till n. Okay, if I open it, 4c square is common in all of these. First, if I put 1, it will become 1 minus 1 the whole square, means 0 square. In 2, it will become 1 square. In 3, it will become 2 square, and so on. The n term will be n minus 1 the whole square. So it is nothing but sum of n terms, okay, where the last term is n minus 1. So I will take simply, okay, what is the formula of n square? It is nothing but n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. Okay, where here our last term is, we substitute the last term, which is n minus 1. N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. This will become 2 by 3 c square. Here I will substitute n minus 1. This will become n. This will become 2n minus 1. Okay, so which is the answer? Okay, second is the answer. Okay, the process was very simple. We calculate the Tn using our class 10 formula. After getting the Tn, we just squared it. Okay, applied the summation thing. We know that 4c square will come out. After that came out, okay, we know 1 minus c, it is 0. We didn't return that. We know the last term. We know that when I have applied the summation formula, we, instead of n, we substitute the n last term. If it is possible, we know the last term. Okay, that is the condition. We have done a variety of these type of problems where we substitute n minus 1, okay, in the formula. Fine. Now let's move on to the next question. This is question number 72. Okay, which says bi is equals to 1 minus ai, na is equals to summation I is equals to 1 to n ai, comma nb is equals to summation I is equals to 1 to n bi, then summation I is equals to 1 to n ai into bi plus summation I is equals to 1 to n ai minus a the whole square is equals to what? ab minus nab and plus 1 ab and nab. Okay, this is a JEE main level question. Okay, very obvious. Okay, and it means it by observing only it will make you that let's leave this problem. Okay, now the first thing we will try to open the things. In the starting lecture I have told you that in sequence series never get scared with the summations. Okay, until if you will not open them, you will not able to understand them. Okay, what they are really are telling. Okay, so let's open this. Okay, since the okay, listen this statement very carefully. Since the summation lower limit and upper limit are same, so I can take them common. Okay, please listen this. Since the summation lower limit and upper limit are same, so I can take them common. Okay, because I have told this rule while we were discussing summations on independent dependent variables. Okay, we have discussed in deeply there. Okay, so I am taking the common. I is equals to 1 to n, left with ai into bi plus this will open ai square minus 2 ai into a plus a square. Okay, bi I can write as ai into 1 minus ai square minus 2 ai into a plus a square. Okay, this will become finally ai. Okay, summation is still continuing. Okay, in the plus ai the whole square minus 2 ai a plus a square. This and this will cancel out. We are left with this thing. Okay, all these things. When I apply summation to this ai, I will get what? Summation ai is nothing but na. This will give me 2a square n. Okay, because 2a will move out, ai will be left, which is nothing but na. Okay, so I am not writing that step unnecessarily, and this a square will move out. Since it is a constant, n will be left there, but it is minus 2a square n and it is a square n, so minus a square n will be left. Okay, now here you will get stuck. Okay, if you don't have common sense. Okay, like if you observe this equation ai plus ai, bi plus ai is equals to 1, and if you take na common, you are getting nothing but 1 minus ai. So 1 minus ai is nothing but bi. Okay, you can see it is true for all numbers. So for one number it is also true. So 1 minus a is nothing but na into b. Listen what I am telling. bi they given 1 minus ai. I can substitute as 1. So b1 is equals to 1 minus a1. So it is what? a1. So I can substitute b1. So I have substituted. So I get my answer nab, which is 4th. 4th is the answer. Okay. So the problem was based on your summation properties, taking the summation out, observing that the limits are same. Okay, and using the informations clearly. Okay, and the last manipulation part. Okay, it tests all your 4 skills. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question. Okay, there is means you don't. Okay, so these type of questions, okay, they are free of marks question. Okay, and I have discussed many way to solve this type of problems, like the difference are same, that method, the formula method, straightforward formula method, the TN method. Okay, so we are going to use the summation method. Okay, and we are going to solve this problem. Okay, the sum of 100 term is, okay, they are asking the sum of the 100 term. Okay, so the formula method, okay, the formula method was like this. I will consider it as s1 plus 3 plus 7 plus 15 plus 31 and so on till 100 terms. Okay, I don't need that. Okay, it will be the last term. Okay, it will be the last term. Okay, after this we will do what? We will just take the difference. Okay, first difference. Okay, first difference, it will be what? 2. This will be what? 4. This will be what? 8, right? 8, right? 16. Okay, and so on. Okay, so second difference, since we are not getting a constant value, second difference we will go with second difference. Second difference will be what? 2. This will become 4 and this will become 8. Okay, so here we got the ratio same. Okay, we wanted to get the, okay, at the third difference we will get the okay, 4. We are still, okay, we will stop here in the second, since we analyzed here that it is a AP. Okay, we will analyze here that it is an AP. No, okay, sorry, it is a GP. Okay, it is a GP. Okay, in AP, okay, if you remember, in AP the ratio used to come constant, but in GP you have to analyze the step at what point, okay, the ratio come common. Okay, so you have to analyze the problem type also, that whether it will be AP or GP. Okay, and we have analyzed that it is a GP. Okay, so we will not go to find the constant value, because it will not happen in GP. Okay, we have to analyze at what step we get the constant ratio, and here we have analyzed after this step we are getting a constant ratio, that is second step. Then I have told you the direct formula, a r power n plus bn plus c. Use this formula. Now I have t1 term as 1, my r is 2, so it will be 2a for first term, n is equals to 1, b plus c. This is my first equation. My second term is 3. For that, r power 2, which is 2 power 2, which is 4a plus 2b plus c should be equal to second equation. Third term is 7. For that, 8a is equals to 3b plus c should be equals to third term. Okay, I will do what? 2 minus 1, which will give me 2 is equals to 2a plus b. This is my fourth equation. Similarly, I will do 3 minus 2, which will give me 4 is equals to 4a plus b. Okay, and this is my fifth equation. After this we will subtract them, which will give me, okay, that is 5 minus 4, which will give me 2 is equals to 2a, giving me a is equals to 1. I got a is equals to 1. Similarly, I will put a is equals to 1, giving me b is equals to 0. And then, since I have got a, b both, I can find the c value, which is nothing but since b is 0, a is 1, so minus 1 is my c. C is what? 2 will move here, minus 1. Okay, so c is minus 1, a is 1, b is 0, c is minus 1. Okay, so can I get my Tn? Okay, we will solve it here. Tn is nothing but a is what? 1. Okay, 2 power what? 2 power n. A is 1, b is 0, c is minus 1. Okay, so 2 power n minus 1. Okay, now we will apply summation of 100 terms. Okay, that is n is equals to 1 to 100. It is summation 100 2 power n minus summation n is equals to 1 to 100 on 1, which will give me 2 into 2 power n 100 minus 1 upon 2 minus 1, and here it will be 100 times 1 will be added, giving me my final answer. 2 power 100 means 2 power 101 minus 2 minus 100, which is giving me 2 power 101 minus 102. Okay, so third is the answer. Third is the answer. Okay, now the other way is based on your observation. I have told you that if your observation is high, then you don't have to go for these difference method, ratio method. When I was teaching those methods, I have already told you that those methods are used to just to get Tn. Okay, and here if you can observe that our Tn is 2 power n minus 1, then your job is done. Okay, all you just need to is to do the summation n is equals to 1 to 100 2 power n minus 1. That it is directly makes you to go to this final step. Okay, that is 2 power n minus 1, which we derive by so much of calculation here. Okay, but this method is foolproof. It will give you a perfect answer. Okay, now let's move on to the, you can do it. Okay, it is just on the observation that, okay, you can check also. If you put t is equals to 1, this will be what? 2 power 1 1 minus 1 1. If you put t is equals to 2, 2 4 minus 1 3. If you put 3, this will be 8 minus 1 7, and so on. Okay, so it is based on your observation. Can you observe the Tn or not? Okay, now let's move on to the next question, which is 74th question. Okay, the 74th question, okay, is as follow. Okay, these type of questions we have encountered 2 times. Okay, 2 times and this is the third times we are encountering the similar type of problems. It is telling consider the sequence 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, and so on. Okay, you have to find the 1025th term will be what. Okay, so here if you see, the one term is one time, two term is 2 power one time, three power 3 term is 4 time, and 4 term is 8 time. Okay, here you have to find the repetition number of terms. Okay, pattern, how many times the numbers are repeated. This term I can write as 2 power 0, this number of terms I can write 2 power 1, this type of number 2 power 2. Okay, it is a GP in 2. Okay, the sequence will be 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 3, and for n term 2 power n minus 1. Fine, and it should be 1025. Okay, 1025 will lie between these only. Okay, will lie between these only. Okay, okay, and between, okay, you have to place it between the last term and one more term after that. Okay, that is 2 power n plus 1. Just take that. Okay, after that it is 2 power n. Okay, just one term. Okay, although the series will stop here, you have to take one more extra term. Okay, so here you have to solve this. Okay, so to solve this, 2 power n minus 1 is equals to 1025. Okay, to solve this, what should be the lowest common power of 2 which can give you this? Okay, it is nothing but, okay, 2 power 10 is what? 1024. Okay, so 1024 is the highest possible value. Okay, where this will occur. Okay, now listen what I am telling, that at 10 means at 1025th term. Okay, like at here 1 2 3 4 5, at 5 term, at 6 term the terms are same, at 8 term. Okay, so you cannot say that at particular term, okay, in between the particular term it may happen that a new number starts. Okay, that's why we are taking 2 power 10. Okay, equal to value. Okay, because of which we can say that, okay, that means a nearby value number. Okay, we are taking a nearby, means at 2 power 10 the terms which will appear in that series of bundle of terms, there will be 1025th term. Okay, that we are telling. Okay, hope you have understand what we are telling. Okay, so our lowest means common at 2 power 10 term. Okay, there will be bundle of term in which 1025 term will lie. Okay, don't tell me that. Okay, okay, we will compare it with 2 power n also. Okay, the possible value will be near to this. Okay, which we will take 2 power 10. Okay, if you take like this, if you compare them, okay, n minus 1 should be equal to 10 and n is equals to 11. Okay, this will make you answer wrong. Okay, you have to take average value, because this question, if you understand, I have told you that a set will appear. Okay, in that one number will be possible. Okay, and in that set only 1025 will term. Okay, although the number will be same, like here the third term is 4. Okay, 4 term is 4, and 5th term is 4, 6th term is 4, and 7th term is 4. Okay, so in between the number will be same. Okay, the term will be, means both the terms will have, all the terms have same number. Okay, like that I am telling. So 2 power 10 is the answer, lowest common possible nearby number. Okay, so third is the answer. Okay, similar to this there was one more question, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay, I am revising it, 4, 4, 4. Okay, 4 time and so on. Okay, so you can see 1 is repeated 1 time, 2 is repeated 2 time, 3 is repeated 3 time, 4 is repeated 4 time. So what you have to do, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus and so on. What will the last term? Okay, n into, okay, you know, n into n minus 1 by 2. Okay, okay, n into n plus 1 by 2, n. Okay, the last term is what? Nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. You have to place that number n between these two, that is n into, okay, the last number n into n plus 1 by 2. Okay, and before that n minus 1, which will make it n minus 1 into n upon 2. Instead of n, replace n minus 1, because it was between n and n minus 1. Okay, similarly here you have to place it between n minus 1. Okay, and just take the lowest common possible. Okay, okay, and then get the answer. Okay, that is the concept used in this type of problems where the numbers are repeated in a particular GP pattern. Okay, now let's move on to the next problem. Okay, the next problem is this: the value of summation I is equals to 1 to n summation I j is equals to 1 to I and summation k is equals to 1 to j is equals to 220, then the value of n equals to, okay, so if I open this, summation k is equals to 1 to j, this is nothing but j, and now this j is inside, j is equals to 1 to I, this will become what, j I, okay, I into I plus 1 by 2 as per sum of n terms. Now this 1 by 2, if I move it that side, this will become 440. I am left with I square plus I. Now 2 summation means upper I is equals to 1 to n I square plus summation I is equals to 1 to n I. Okay, here it is 440. This will be nothing but n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. This is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2 is equals to 420. 440. Okay, n into n plus 1 by 2 you have to take common. When you take that common, 2n plus 1 by 3 plus 1 will be left, which will give you 2n plus 4 upon 3, and n into n plus 1 by 2 will be left here, and 440 will be left here. Okay, 2 I will take common, which will give me n plus 1 into n plus 2 upon, this will cut out, giving me 3, 440. Okay, to make the calculation easy, n into n plus 1 into n plus 2, 6, and this is 220. Tell me the possible number. Here you have to put the values and check it. 11 it is not possible, 12 it not possible. Okay, at n is equals to 10, okay, it is possible. Okay, we will get this value, so n is equals to 10. Third is the answer. So in the end we have to do the hit and try. We have to put and check the value. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. The next question is this one. Okay, the next question is this one, which says if 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square and so on till 2003 the whole square, okay, is nothing but 2003 is nothing but, okay, it is nothing but 334. Okay, and 1 into 2003 plus 2 into 2002 plus 3 into 2001 and so on plus 2003 into 1 is equals to 2003 into 334 into x. Then x is equals to what? Now here I can easily predict the Tn of this, like r into 2003 minus r minus 1. Okay, here if I put 1 it will become 0 and my first term will be nothing but 2001, 1 into 2003. So I know that this is right, so I will do what? I will open this, I will get 2003, this will become minus r plus 1, which will make it r into 2004 minus r. This will give me 2004 r minus r square. Okay, so in this way you have to proceed. Okay, so I got my Tn. For the sum I have to apply summation. Okay, what was the purpose of giving this? It will appear at some at some step. Okay, because we cannot do it anything of it. Okay, the answer is already given, 2004 r minus r square. What will be my limit? 2003. Okay, at 2003 1 will cancel out, 2002 will cancel out, and my final answer will be, here it will be 1. Okay, so what we are getting? We are getting 2004 into, okay, r into 2003 into 2004 by and into 2, and here it is nothing but 2000, okay, 2000 and 2000 and into n plus into 2n plus 1 upon 6. Okay, here we will do what? Take the things common, okay, and then solve it. Okay. Okay, after this what we can do, we can write 2003, okay, into 2004 into, okay, into 1002 minus 4007 into 334. Okay, if I take 2003 common and 334 common, since these two terms should be common to compare the x, I will be left with 6012 minus 4007, which will give me 2003 into 334 into 2005. Okay, which if I compare with this is my x is equals to 2005. Okay, so in this way we proceeded, we calculated this value. Okay, we created the Tn equation, that is the main part of this question. If you can create it, then we opened it. Okay, then we applied the summation and got the Tn. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is as follow, which is question number 77. It says if Tn denotes the nth term of the series 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 11 plus 18, and then T50 is. Okay, this question can be solved by two ways. Okay, the first way which I am going to solve is this. Consider it as a sum, 2 plus 3 plus 6. Okay, this method we have studied, the difference method. I will subtract it with s only. Okay, subtract it with s, moving one term forward, and this will be my T50 term, Tn term. Okay, say Tn we will get, if I subtract 2 plus 1 plus, okay, 3 plus 5 plus 7, okay, and so on. Okay, so this will be my Tn term. For Tn term I know that this is a separate term and this is separate. So if this is, okay, if it is n if it is n terms, okay, this will be n minus 1 and this will be n. If I get this n minus 1 term sum, okay, then I have to add 1. Okay, so here 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. Okay, so we will take the sum of this. Okay, so we will move it forward, and we are getting, okay, this separate series. Okay, I have to find the sum of, okay, I will find the sum of these terms and add this. Okay, and we will get a Tn. Okay, so n minus 1 upon 2 into 1 plus bracket n minus 1 into d is 2 plus n minus 1 upon 2 plus n minus 2 into 2, which will give me 2 plus n minus 1 here, 1 plus n minus 2 giving me 2 plus n minus 1 into n minus 1, that is 2 plus n minus 1 square. This is my Tn. Now I want to find T50. I will put T50, which is nothing but 49 square. So say fourth is the answer. Now the other way, means the method 2, is that if, okay, method 2 is just smart enough to predict the Tn term. If you can predict the Tn pattern, like it is 0 square plus 2. Okay, if you are that much smart to predict that, okay, then it is 1 square plus 2, and then it is 2 square plus 2. Okay, and so on. Okay, if you are able to predict that, then your question will automatically get solved. 0 square plus 1 square plus 2 square. Okay, it is starting from this and it will end on till n minus 1 the whole square. And this will be what? 2 plus 2 plus, it will be what? N times 2. Okay, so this will be nothing but, okay, this is going till n square, and this is nothing but 2 into n. Okay, 2 into n. Okay, and we got this thing, 1 plus 2 plus square. Okay, Tn we got. Okay, we open this. Okay, and if we try to get the sum of the terms, okay, I think I went for the sum of the terms. Okay, I think I went for the sum of the terms using this pattern. Okay, I can predict the last term will be n minus 1 the whole square plus 2. Okay, which will give me directly T50 as 49 square by 2. Okay, just the direct Tn method. Okay, if you can observe the pattern and get the Tn directly, then you can directly solve it, this question. Okay, now let's move on to the question number 78. the question number 78, this one. It says the sum of the series summation r is equals to 0 to n minus 1 to r n plus 2r the whole square, where r is even is. Okay, if I open this series, I have n square. Okay, this will become what? 0, it will become 1. This will be n square. Then in the next step, okay, this is based on your opening. In the next step it is what? 1. So negative will be there, minus n plus 2 the whole square, and after this it will be n plus 4 the whole square, and after this step minus n plus 6 the whole square, and so on. What will be the last step? Since the last term is even, so 3n the whole square. Okay, now here you can observe a into a plus b the whole format, a minus n minus 2 n plus 2 into n plus 2, a square minus b square format. Okay, if I do this here also, n plus 4 minus n minus 6 into n plus 4 plus n plus 6, and it will go on. The n terms will reduce to n by 2 terms. Okay, that is very simple. After this, all the terms which are different will give me minus 2. Here it is giving the difference will give me minus 2, so I will take the minus 2 outside, giving me 2n plus 2. This will give me 2n plus 10, and so on till n by 2 term. Okay, so here you can observe one thing. Okay, minus 2 is taken out. Okay, this 2n will repeat how many times? Okay, I have taken this 2 minus 2 outside, and this 2n will repeat n by 2 times, because n by 2 terms are there. And the next thing is 2 plus 10 plus 18, and so on till n by 2 terms. This one, this will become nothing but n square. Okay, this is what? 888. Okay, so you want to get the sum of these terms. Okay, which will give me my answer. Okay, which is nothing but n square, and to get the sum of these terms, it is n by 2 into 2 plus bracket 2 into 2 plus n by 2 minus 1 into d is nothing but 8, minus 2 into n square, n by 4 into 4 plus n minus 2, this will become 4, which will give me minus 2 into n square plus n plus okay, this gives me minus 2 into n square. Okay, this will get multiplied, this 4 will cancel out, this will become n square minus 2n when n is multiplied inside. So we are left with n square plus n square minus 2n should be okay, which will be nothing but minus 4 n square plus 2n. Okay, if you simplify. Okay, so second is the answer. The main thing is that you should be able to open this, okay, and then identify a square minus b square and then solve it. Okay, now let's move forward to the next question. Okay, the next question is very simple question, which is this question: if 1 square minus t plus 2 square minus minus t2 and so on till n square minus tn is equals to n into n square minus 1 by 3, then tn is equals to what? Okay, we want to find the tn. Now since 1 square plus till n square, so we can write that n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1, okay, by 6 by separating them. And here we have t1 plus t2 plus and so on till tn. That step is very easy, n into n square minus 1 by 3. And now this is nothing but Sn. Okay, so I can write it n into n plus 1 by 6 into 2n plus 1. This is my Sn. This is n into n square minus 1 by 3. I will move it that side. Okay, which will give me n into n plus 1. I will take common into 3, which will give me 2n plus 1 by 2 minus, okay, n minus 1. N minus 1 will come out. Okay, and here will be Sn. Here I will get Sn plus 2 minus 2n minus 2 upon, okay, this will become plus. Okay, this will become plus. Okay, okay, this one will become plus, which will give me, and it is 1. Sn n into n plus 1 by 3 is outside, and here it is 2, which gives you this will cancel out, giving me 3 by 2, 3 will cancel out, giving me n by 2 is equals to Sn. So I got my Sn. Okay, can I get my Tn? Tn is nothing but Sn minus 1, okay, which is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2 minus n minus 1 into n by 2. N by 2 is taken common, n plus 1 minus n plus 1, which will become in the end n. Okay, so n or n square, okay, n into, let me which will become n or 2n. okay, let me check. Sn into this is n into n by 2 we have taken common. Okay, then what we are left with here, n minus 1 and here n plus 2, which will give me minus, this will become cancel out, and here it will be 2, which will give me n, right? So it should be okay, we should have opened it instead of n square plus n. Okay, take the 2 common, minus n square, okay, plus n, which has given us n square 2n. okay, we are getting n answer, n as answer. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, we are getting n as answer. Okay, or it might be any calculation mistake. Okay, you can check out, the process will be same, Tn is equals to Sn minus 1. Okay, and the rest all will be same. Okay, now let's move on to the last question of the series. Okay, it is if 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus and so on. Okay, we have discussed this problem. Okay, okay, but I will discuss in fast manner, because we have discussed this problem in very detail once. Okay, when we were solving this problem, 1 plus 3 plus 5 and so on till p plus 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus q is equals to 1 plus 3 plus 5 till r. Each set of the parentness contains the sum of the consecutive odd integers as shown. The smallest possible values of p plus q plus r when p is greater than 6. Okay, now you should know one thing, that 1 plus 3 plus odd sum of odd number of terms, where the last term will be 2n minus 1, is nothing but n square. This we can write. If you apply the formula n into n plus 1 by 2, you will get. Okay, now we write this thing, okay, this odd one as n minus 1 n plus 1 by 2. Okay, okay, we write this thing. Okay, this is manipulation. Okay, which we do. Okay, we write the term by, okay, we write the last term like this, add minus 1 and plus 1 to it. Okay, sorry, minus 1. Okay, which give me 2n minus 2 plus 1 by 2. Okay, this is the thing which we do. Okay, which we can do. So and its value still remains same. Okay, 2 will cancel out. Okay, so since this is the last term, we can write it as p plus 1 by 2. Okay, and similarly, okay, if I can write it like this, and the next term will be nothing but p plus q plus 1 by 2. Okay, p plus q, and this will be nothing but, and here instead of n I can write it like this. Okay, instead of n I can add, okay, listen what I did. Instead of n I can add plus 1 and minus 1 to it. Okay, when it is odd number term. So since they are the last term, we will add a p plus 1 by 2 the whole square. Okay, assuming that there is a minus sign. Okay, they will become same only, minus will cancel out. Okay, if I add plus 1, okay, minus 1 is 2 will cancel out with 2. Okay, still n will be left, plus q plus 1 by 2 the whole square. Okay, we have already discussed this problem in very detail. Okay, that's why I'm not going in much detail. Now it is a Pythagoras triplet. Okay, so 3, 5, okay, and 4. 3, 4, 5 are the possible Pythagoras triplet which anyone will think, but they have told that p should be greater than 6. Okay, so 8, 6. Okay, 8, 6 and 10. Okay, so this 36 plus 64 will give me, okay, so p plus 1 should be what? We know r plus 1 should be 10 because in Pythagoras this should be maximum. It should be 8 because it cannot be 6. P should be greater than 6. So q plus 1 should be 6, which gives me p is equals to nothing but 7, q is equals to nothing but 5, r is nothing but 9. Okay, so this is the value of PQR. So the maximum possible value of P plus Q plus R is nothing but 7 plus 5 plus 9, which is nothing but 12 plus 9, 21. So 2 is the answer. Okay, now since we are done with all the 20 problems which we are going to cover in this session, okay, we will see you in the next problem solving course. Till then, take care. Bye.